Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. The Detroit Pistons face a significant challenge as they head to Boston to take on the Celtics this Thursday. Both teams enter the matchup with contrasting trajectories, but key trends and statistical insights suggest an intriguing contest. The Pistons currently sit at 10-15, battling to stay in the mix for a play-in spot. Despite recent struggles, losing 4 of their last 6 games, Detroit delivered an impressive performance against the Knicks, winning 120-111 on the road. Cade Cunningham's stellar triple-double showcased his growing star power, and the Pistons' efficient shooting, 51.8% from the field and 50% from 3, was pivotal in the victory. Detroit's offense has been inconsistent, averaging 110.5 points per game, 21st in the league. However, their ability to rebound, 43 boards against the Knicks, and Cunningham's leadership, 23.9 ppg, 9.4 apg, provide reasons for optimism. On defense, the Pistons face challenges, allowing 113 points per game and ranking among the league's worst in three-point defense, conceding a 37.5% clip to opponents. Against the spread, ATS, the Pistons have been resilient, especially as underdogs. They are 10-6 ATS in those scenarios and 8-4-1 ATS on the road. Despite injuries, including Bobby Klintman being ruled out, Detroit has shown they can keep games competitive against superior opponents. The Celtics, at 19-5, are firmly in contention for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. With a high-powered offense averaging 120.2 points per game, third best, Boston's potential is evident. Jason Tatum has been the catalyst, delivering 28.2 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game. However, the Celtics enter this matchup with injury concerns as Tatum, Jordan Walsh, and Jaden Springer are all listed as questionable. Boston's reliance on perimeter shooting has been a double-edged sword. Against Memphis, their three-point efficiency plummeted to 30%, and they struggled to convert, going 18-for-60 from deep. Defensive consistency has also wavered. Although they rank 9th in points allowed per game, 110.8, opponents have exploited their shooting vulnerabilities in key moments. Despite their strong record, Boston is just 4-9 ATS at home this season. This trend, coupled with their injury woes, makes covering a sizable spread against a scrappy Detroit team less certain. The Pistons have been competitive in their previous meetings with Boston this season, covering the spread both times. Cade Cunningham's emergence as a playmaker and Detroit's improved offensive efficiency bolster their chances to stay close in this game. Meanwhile, Boston's reliance on three-point shooting and their recent struggles in this area present opportunities for Detroit to capitalize. Prediction 1. Detroit Pistons plus 12.5 points. Given Boston's ATS struggles at home and Detroit's knack for covering as underdogs, the Pistons are poised to keep this game within striking distance. The scoring trends also favor the over, with Detroit's offense heating up and Boston's high-scoring capabilities at home. Prediction 2. Over 226.5 points. Both teams rank 16th in pace, but their offensive efficiency should push the total over this mark. Detroit's recent games and Boston's home trends further support this projection. Expect a competitive, high-scoring affair where the Pistons show resilience and Boston fights to hold off a determined underdog. Toronto Raptors versus Miami Heat. The Toronto Raptors arrive in Miami struggling, having dropped 6 of their last 8 games, including their previous 3 contests. Over that stretch, the Raptors' offense has sputtered, averaging just 106 points per game. In their recent loss to the New York Knicks, Toronto managed only 47 points in the second half, while shooting 44.8% from the field. Despite converting 13 three-pointers and out-rebounding New York 51-40, turnovers 13, and defensive lapses allowed the Knicks to shoot 51.2%. R.J. Barrett was a bright spot, scoring 30 points on 13-for-24 shooting, his 4th 30-point performance in 6 games. Jakob Poeltl also contributed with a double-double, tallying 10 points and 12 rebounds. Toronto's offense ranks 16th in the NBA, averaging 112.3 points per game on 46.4% shooting, including 34.1% from beyond the arc. On the defensive end, the Raptors allow 117.2 points per game, 25th in the league, while opponents shoot 46.3% from the field and 35.3% from 3. R.J. Barrett leads the team with 23.6 points per game, while Scotty Barnes, who is sidelined with an ankle injury, has been a key contributor with averages of 20.6 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 7.4 assists. Jakob Poeltl remains a force on the boards, averaging 11.6 rebounds per game, good for 5th in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat enter this matchup riding a 3-game winning streak and have won 5 of their last 7 games. Their recent offensive surge has been impressive, averaging 125.7 points per game during their streak. In a victory against the Cavaliers, Miami scored over 30 points in 3 consecutive quarters, shooting 47.7% from the field and draining 16 three-pointers. The Heat dominated the glass, out-rebounding Cleveland 47-36 while committing just 9 turnovers. Tyler Herro has led the charge, including a 34-point, 7-assist performance against Cleveland. The Heat now rank 17th in scoring offense, averaging 112.2 points per game on 45.2% shooting and a strong 38.3% from beyond the arc. On defense, Miami is one of the league's best, allowing just 109.3 points per game, 7th, and holding opponents to 46.2% shooting. Bam Adebayo has been a consistent presence, averaging a double-double with 16 points and 10.1 rebounds per game, while Herro leads the team in scoring with 24.2 points per game. The Heat have been dominant at home recently, winning their last 3 matchups against Toronto straight up. Miami is also 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games. Prediction: Miami minus 10.5 points. Miami's recent form and Toronto's struggles, compounded by the absence of Scotty Barnes, tilt the scales heavily in favor of the Heat. Barnes had been a key factor in their earlier matchups, and his absence exposes Toronto's lack of depth. Expect Miami's balanced attack and defensive strength to secure a comfortable win. Prediction: over 222.5 points. Both teams are mid-pack in scoring offense, but recent trends suggest a high-scoring affair. Miami has surpassed 120 points in 5 of their last 9 games, while Toronto has hit 118 or more in 4 of their last 8. The over has hit in both previous meetings this season, averaging 233.5 combined points, and looks likely to hit again as the Raptors' pace counters Miami's efficiency. Sacramento Kings vs. New Orleans Pelicans. The Sacramento Kings enter this matchup as one of the most dynamic offensive teams in the NBA, ranking in the top 10 with an average of 116.4 points per game. In their last 2 contests, the Kings amassed an impressive 281 points, including a dominant 141-97 victory over the Jazz. De'Aaron Fox continues to lead the charge, averaging over 26 points and 6 assists per game, while Domantas Sabonis remains a force in the paint, contributing 20 points, 12 rebounds, and over 6 assists per game. The Kings' offensive success has been bolstered by key contributions from role players, such as Kevin Huerter, who scored 26 points, including 6 three-pointers, off the bench in their last game. Despite their offensive prowess, Sacramento has struggled on the boards, often limited to one-shot possessions due to their inability to secure offensive rebounds. On the defensive end, the Kings allow 113.2 points per game, placing them in the bottom half of the league. While they excel at protecting the paint, ranking 2nd in the NBA by allowing fewer than 45 points per game, they have one of the weakest perimeter defenses, conceding 15 three-pointers per game. However, their ability to limit second-chance opportunities and Sabonis' interior presence have been bright spots for their defense. The New Orleans Pelicans, on the other hand, are mired in struggles, particularly on the road, where they hold a dismal 1-12 record. Their recent loss to the Spurs further highlights their challenges. Trey Murphy III led the team with 25 points, while Dejounte Murray chipped in 18 points and 11 assists. The Pelicans will be without key contributors Brandon Ingram and Jordan Hawkins, significantly hampering their offensive capabilities. Offensively, New Orleans ranks near the bottom of the league, averaging just 105 points per game. They have struggled both inside the paint and from beyond the arc, often settling for stagnant possessions that result in fewer trips to the free throw line. However, the Pelicans excel on the offensive glass, averaging nearly 13 rebounds per game, which provides opportunities for second-chance points. Defensively, New Orleans allows 116.7 points per game, ranking 23rd in the league. Their minus 11.7 scoring margin is among the worst in the NBA, largely due to their inability to defend the paint, where they allow nearly 55 points per game. Transition defense and ball control remain significant issues, compounding their defensive struggles. Betting insights. The Kings come into this contest on a hot streak, riding high after scoring nearly 300 points in their last 2 games. Their role players have stepped up, further strengthening their offensive versatility. Meanwhile, the Pelicans' defensive issues in the paint and their lack of transition defense make them vulnerable against Sacramento's high-octane offense. Prediction: Sacramento minus 5 points. The Kings' offensive firepower and recent form should carry them to a comfortable victory against a struggling Pelicans team. With New Orleans losing by an average margin of 12 points, Sacramento is well positioned to cover the spread. Prediction: over 230.5 points. Sacramento's explosive offense and New Orleans' ability to generate second-chance points through offensive rebounding should push this game over the total. While the Kings' porous perimeter defense may allow the Pelicans to stay competitive offensively, the lack of ball control and poor transition defense from New Orleans will likely lead to easy scoring opportunities for Sacramento.